November is going to be a big month for Microsoft Flight Simulator. What's more, it's going to contain a surprise in the form of an as-yet unannounced release. Meanwhile, AMD FSR2 support has also been confirmed for Sim Update 11, and the Scenery Gateway system is finally making an appearance with Sim Update 12. So, perhaps the news many people here are going to be interested in is FSR2 support. I've seen numerous comments over the previous months requesting it, and finally we know it's on the way. This one certainly has been a long time coming, and is at last set to arrive on the heels of DLSS. For those of you who are not heavily into gaming tech, FSR2, also known as Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2, is a temporal upscaling technology created by AMD. It allows a game or a sim to render a scene at a low input resolution, for example 720p, and then using a variety of techniques output it at a higher resolution such as 1080p or 1440p. The upshot is that your PC will gain the performance advantage of rendering at a lower resolution, whilst simultaneously gaining the advantage of displaying a higher resolution. Whilst the results are rarely as good as native high resolution, they're still nonetheless generally very good. Now, in case you're wondering, the real big difference here between FSR and Nvidia's DLSS is that FSR is open source and therefore will work on many different graphics cards. For those of you who don't have Nvidia graphics cards in the 2000, 3000 or the upcoming 4000 series, you'll be glad to know that at last you'll have access to some great quality upscaling tech. And yes, hopefully some great performance boosts to go along with this. Meanwhile, support for DLSS3 is also going to be added with Sim Update 11, although simmers will need a brand new Nvidia 4000 series graphics cards to take advantage of this, and with them starting at the £1,000 or thereabouts price mark, I doubt that many people are going to be picking up one of these very soon. Moving on, the Scenery Gateway system has now been confirmed to arrive in Sim Update 12. That means we can expect to see it early next year. The Scenery Gateway system will be an in-sim addition that hopefully should work along the lines of the in-sim marketplace. The big difference is that the gateway will include content that has been created by the community. As such, the content will cover points of interest, buildings, airports and more. What's more, all the content listed here will be entirely free. To ensure quality, Microsoft have previously said that all content will be vetted before it's approved to go live. Now, the concept for this gateway goes back to around the launch of Microsoft Flight Simulator, with early requests being made around 2020. Head of Flight Simulator, Jörg Newman, has stated many times that he is keen on the idea, but emphasized that there were a lot of hurdles to overcome. Some of that was tech-related, but beyond that, there are also numerous legal hurdles. The good news is that it seems that Microsoft must finally have worked all of this out. A closed beta for the system with approximately 50 users will be testing the system very soon, if not already, ready for its full launch with Sim Update 12. Elsewhere, with the upcoming lineup, we know that the 40th Anniversary Edition is set to release on the 11th of November. This one is certainly going to be a big deal, as it will deliver both helicopters and gliders. But beyond that, if we look further out, things get a little bit more hazy and very little is known as to what to expect. But that said, the roadmap does show a to-be-announced project, a to-be-announced update for the end of November. It's unlikely that this will be a world update, as usually those are specifically listed, but of course anything is possible. Do keep in mind that surprise releases this year have so far included the cloud release of the Sim, in addition to the Halo Pelican ship, as well as City Update 1. The bottom line then is that the unannounced November update could indeed be anything, but either way it's good to know that there's more to come. As for content moving into 2023, well, that's still largely a mystery. In the previous developer Q&A, Jörg Newman has stated that he was drawing up the roadmap for next year, so hopefully this is something we'll get to see sooner rather than later. Personally, I'd expect to see him discuss it a little bit in the next Q&A, although at the moment that is unscheduled. I'd expect to see one around the release of the November update, that's the 40th anniversary edition. At any rate, plenty to look forward to for now. Do let me know your comments in the comment section below. What's your thoughts? What items are you most looking forward to? Helicopters, gliders, or something else? As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.